This episode is proudly sponsored by BP Me Rewards. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Soccer A to Z, the AZ, and this is the Q and Q edition. Q standing for, Robbie?
Quantitative easing.
No questions. And the other Q standing for, Joe?
Quorn.
No, quiz. It's the question and quiz. Helen, what questions have we got? It's the letter C this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a couple of C's for you if you want, because I like this one from Peter Elder on Twitter, who says, hey, Cup Final TV. Back in the day, it was an all-day build-up, starting at breakfast time. And very much old school, but brilliant. And yeah, I remember that because they used to put a camera on the coach, didn't they?
Brilliant.
On the team coach. And we never had that kind of access to the players before. It was so exciting for the fan to see the camera on the coach.
There's one thing I hate about football. What's wrong with football is the cup final now. There's like a Premier League match the day of it as well, or something in the morning, and it used to be so special, didn't it? And they've
valued.
That's
Did you watch it on BBC or ITV?
BBC back in the day.
BBC. Yeah.
Now I quite like the pundits on ITV, so I see who their pundits are, so I work it out.
I thought the pitch was always greener on ITV.
But do you know what? It's probably right.
And the old Wembley was special, wasn't it?
There's also Craig Lloyd, who said, what about clubbing? The footballers that were notorious party animals. That was very 90s, wasn't it? But that was more the paparazzi that used to just gather outside nightclubs in London and cities around, just trying to pap any footballers that came out of clubs.
I blame garage music for that. It all started going wrong when garage music got popular.
Ian Apper.
What?
Well, the whole of society went wrong when
DJ
garage
Spoonie's got a lot to answer for, hasn't he?
Do you know what? I've got the best C ever. Chris on Twitter says C for Chamberlain, Helen Chamberlain.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the first lady of football. Yeah. Have you got questions for us, or all of us?
Fans' questions of the week, yes. How Rodel on Instagram says a favourite kit from a team you don't support.
I think the obvious one is Brazil.
Yeah.
Not everyone loves Brazil, right? And then Italy.
That Palace one with the stripe.
But if we're going club team, Palace with a stripe, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Barcelona for me. I just love the colours.
Sampdoria. It's just such a great, unique kit.
The kit I like is Juventus because unlike Newcastle, who have the black and white stripes, or is it white and black? I can never remember which way around it is. But they just have the number on the back, whereas Juve have the big square on the back, and then they put the number on.
It, yeah.
And I remember getting one of those when I was on Soccer AM, and I absolutely loved it. Helen, what about you?
Coventry's brown kit.
Yeah.
A bit like Robbie's top today.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah, and also that famous Carlisle, the deck chair kit as well, which we all looked at that in the 90s and went, ha, 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 and now look at the kits of that Arsenal one now that's all like a bit of bacon that's been sliced with some gone off bits in it. I'm not sure about that.
Do you remember the Chelsea orange and grey?
Yeah. Tangerine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tangerine and grey. Yeah, I love that kit.
Cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question. Steve-O on Twitter says, how did the idea of Fixtures Man come about?
Oh, I have no idea, Robbie. I think
It was just let's
Play
have
on words.
let's have a look at the fixtures, and it was fixtures as in fixtures and fittings, so things that you could put up in your house.
so. It was just a joke we did.
It was just a
started
joke that
to
we
do a
did
joke.
once, and I got asked to do it, so I went down home base and bought some bits because there's a home base next to Sky,
Yeah.
and then I just threw things like the
What made you think of that?
I don't know. I just had to do something and did that. And then you liked it, so we did it again.
Helen, was it?
No. You remember it wrong. Well, for a start, you were in a shed. Where did the shed come from? Did you go and buy that from home base and just
The shed
just
didn't. I didn't start in a shed. I started.
It got so big, you had to
wild.
have a
Yeah, I
shed.
eventually got my own set.
Right.
Started making demands.
Do neither of you remember the first time that we said, okay, we're going to throw to the fixtures, and there was Robbie in his B&Q apron and holding things up like these, and it died on its arse. Like died 1,000 deaths. And it
Can't have died that much.
it did, died on its own. The camera came back to me and Tim, and I'm thinking, I'm keeping out of this because Tim's the producer. And Tim looked at me and he went, "Oh, that was terrible, wasn't it?" And I didn't say anything. And then Tim looked over at you, Robbie, and went, "Same again next week."
It did
Like I
last
said,
quite long, didn't
great
it?
success.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, and then I just go to home base every Friday and buy any things that I hadn't already thrown and said like these two.
Like these. And then we used to say to
I
you,
think you started out against a wall, and then you
Yep.
got a green screen with like a B&Q behind it, and then you got your
Got
own
my mega
little
shed.
shed.
The mega shed.
mega shed.
Yeah.
Who fancies
Had a
doing who
Picture
fancies
Rick Witter in it.
who fancies doing a quiz?
Yes, please.
Should we make it unfair?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, football's unfair.
Yes, welcome to the AZ Unfair Football Quiz. It's unfair because football is unfair. Money and bad decisions and locations and better stadiums and waterlogged pitches, etc., etc. They all have an impact on the beautiful game. They all make it unfair. Before I tell you all about the quiz, let's meet our two competing dudes. First up, there is nothing this man does not excel at. So much so, he's completed Britain and had to move to Dubai for more challenges. It's Everton supporting Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Chris,
Hi,
you've,
Chris.
you've moved to Dubai. Interesting fact about Dubai is they don't have the Flintstones, but Abu Dhabi do.
Heard that many times, but yeah, and it's very pleasant there.
What are you doing for a job, Chris, in Dubai?
So I'm working as an inclusion teacher. So I used to work at a school in Liverpool and now working in a school over here as an inclusion secondary teacher.
What does an inclusion teacher mean?
So it's basically working with children with special educational needs and working with the teachers to come up with strategies that are best implemented to maximise the experience of the individuals.
What a good, nourishing job.
Good
Yes.
actually.
Well,
Yeah,
what a fantastic job. I hope
We're
you...
gonna have
Thank
to
you.
Chris win, aren't we? Chris
Yeah.
is going to have to win.
I hope-
this week,
Sorry.
isn't it? Well,
Sorry,
unless Mike's got unless Mike's a paramedic or something.
Yeah.
Chris is going to win.
I do hope Chris wins. The only thing is, though, as he's in Dubai, he's probably running away from something. It could
Yeah, he's on
could-
the fugitive
he's
from justice, isn't
probably
he?
a crime.
Yeah.
Probably a bad crime if you're going all the way to Dubai. You're an Everton fan. Do you think you're going to
Yeah.
go down? You've not been down since 1951, I understand, or 50 or something, haven't you?
1954 is the year before my dad was born, which he tells me many times. So yeah, I've had a season ticket for 25 years. Obviously, still got the season ticket even though I'm in Dubai. The last thing being an Evertonian, I'm just instantly a pessimist. So I always think we're going down, and we seem to stay up. I'm just hoping the three that have come up are worse than us.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Chris. Let's move on to your competing dude. Next up, this man is a true great on the football pitch. The scouts in Manchester should be ashamed of themselves for not securing the two-footed talents of City supporting Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Tim and everyone.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Does that sound about right? Did you slip through the net?
Some would say that, yeah. I went actually and played football in America for 4 years. I did a scholarship out there at the University of Tennessee, so at least that came of it, if not a career in football.
That's pretty cool. What was that like?
Oh, it was the absolute best days of my life, Tim.
Oh, that sounds absolutely amazing. What do you do for
Mike, did you teach any underprivileged children how to play football while you were over there?
Absolutely nothing wholesome like Chris. No. I just played football and drank a lot of beers and tried to
Sounds
keep
cool. I hope he
women.
wins.
But no,
Chris is winning this.
yeah, every listener wants Chris to win, Mike. That's the thing.
An awful person.
Do you miss the old main road? as a City supporter?
Yes, I do. I used to go with my granddad and park on one of the side streets where the kids would come up and ask for a few pounds to mine your car. And the smell of chips and gravy on the walk to the stadium. Yeah,
What was that stand called? The Kipak stand?
Yeah.
And it's it's the only home, isn't it? The only home stand which is on the side rather than the end. It was on the side of the ground, wasn't it, rather than on the end of the ground?
It was on the side, yeah.
Just a quick question for me. What do you think of the Poznan?
Oh, good question, Tubes. Like it.
Well, I was at the game against Lech Poznan where their fans did it, and we thought it was absolutely incredible because they were all in unison doing it. And then we've tried to adopt it as our own, and everyone's just did it a bit half-heartedly.
Yeah,
and it's
I don't get it.
Not for me really.
Yeah.
Whilst you were doing that, probably Chris was having conversations with parents, talking about their children and how to enhance their
better
lives.
themselves.
Exactly. Whilst Mike was lording it up in Europe. Okay, let's go through the laws of the game. This week on the A to Z, our feature letter was what was it? C. Yes, that's it. So all the questions will be about the letter C. There are 11 questions, so that's how many players there are in a football team. One of you will get 6 questions and one of you will get only 5. It is unfair, but as we all know, football is unfair. This week, Mike will have 6 questions as his team is swimming in oil money. He can probably just buy this quiz, can't he? That's what he could do. He could just offer us some cash and would give him the win. This is not fair. But as we all know, football is not fair. There is something else too. The gang are sitting here and you may ask one of them to help on an answer, but you can only do this once. We have Tubes, knows an awful lot about Chelsea. We've got Robbie, who knows an awful lot about
Cats.
And we have Joe, who knows about Northern football. So there you go. Finally, at the end of the quiz, there will be a penalty shootout. I will explain that when we get there. For the prize, you're both getting a bucket hat for taking part, but the real prize is pride. Helen is keeping score, and her word is final-ish.
Yes-ish.
Are you ready, guys? Do you understand the laws of the game?
Absolutely.
Ready?
Okay, so we start with Mike. C is for Champions League. How many teams are there in this season's competition with the new league format? Is it A, 34? Is it B, 36? Or is it C, 38?
B, 36.
It is correct. It is B,
Well
36. Previously, there were 32 teams in the group stage, followed by knockout rounds, and then the final. To win, you either have to play 17 or 15 games, depending, obviously, if you get through automatic or not. Well done. Chris, C is for City. Okay. Name the 2 Premier League clubs with City in their name. Oh, that's so easy. That's not fair, is it? But, as we all know, football's not fair.
They are Manchester and Leicester City.
Very good. Do you know why teams called themselves City? Because
No.
they were part of the community, and clubs like Birmingham City, when they were actually, Birmingham was made a city, the football clubs adopted the city name to say, we're a city, that's what we are. Mike, C is for Cherries. Oh, another easy one.
Oh, yes.
Whose nickname is the Cherries, Mike?
Bournemouth?
Bournemouth
Yes.
is correct.
Well done, Mike.
2 reasons why: the cherry red striped shirts, the side wear, and secondly, Dean Court was built next to the Cooper Dean estate, which included many cherry orchards. We're on to Chris now. Chris, there are 10 clubs in the Championship, League 1 and League 2 combined, that begin with the letter C. Can you name 3 of them?
Crewe.
Correct.
Cardiff.
Correct.
And Cheltenham.
Correct. Well
What was the
done.
question? Leagues 1 and 2? Or
Championships, League 1 and League 2. What have you got?
no, I thought it was if it was just Leagues 1 and 2.
No, it's Championship as well. Have you got what have you got? Anyone else?
Charlton.
Charlton's good, yeah. Charlton. You got
Coventry.
Coventry, yeah.
Colchester.
Carlisle, yeah. Colchester, Chesterfield, Crawley, and Cambridge. Remember, Mike and Chris, you can, if you don't know the answer, ask one of the chaps sitting here, or you could save them for your penalty shootout. Either way,
They're on fire, though, the boys.
they are, yeah. Mike, Your go. C is for candy. What year did Liverpool debut their famous shirt with candy as a sponsor? I'll give you an A, B and C here. A, 87, B, 88 and C, 90.
Let's go 88.
It is in fact 88. They've gone and get it. What
Unbelievable.
player do you think of with candy?
Glenn Hussein.
John Barnes.
John Barnes, yeah.
Everyone thinks John Barnes.
No.
Who did you think?
Glenn Hussein.
Did you? Why is that?
Because I think of him in that candy top.
Hey, I tell you what, it's a strong quiz so
This is
far. isn't it?
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
Best
very
standard.
informative.
Best standard. Good questions.
It's like they're bloody
Yeah.
eggheads, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or they're
I don't know. I thought your man was a bit wobbly on cherries.
Did
Yeah,
you?
bit of a
Yeah.
stab that.
But he delivered
Bit
though.
of a
He did
stab.
deliver.
Yeah,
though.
Mike.
Delivered it,
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's just a showman.
Yeah, but he's just come up
It's
with
off the
88
show,
for candy.
Yeah, off the show.
Yeah.
Right, back to Chris, who's, as we all know, is doing it for the kids.
Yeah.
So, Chris, name the country beginning with C that will co-host the 2026 World Cup. Oh, come on, Chris. You're representing the children. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's over in Americas, isn't it? So I'll get some help here, and I'll go for Tubes, please, to help me.
Tubes. World Cup.
I'm going to have to say Canada.
It is, in fact, Canada.
Yeah.
He's got it. He's
Come
only
on,
got it.
Chrissy boy.
Well done. You help
Yeah.
the kids.
Thanks, Tubes.
Yes, come on, Chris. We're all supporting you. The final will take place in the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It's where the New York Giants and New York Jets play their NFL games. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Because it's apparently, isn't it all the way down to South America?
Yeah.
So like, if England get drawn down playing in Mexico or somewhere, or we're going to be.
Aren't they doing a couple of games in Uruguay to commemorate the?
But we're gonna get knocked out because of the weather. If we get Canada, we'll be all right, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's insane. It's
Canada's still pretty hot in the summer.
Yeah, but it's not as hot as down in Mexico, is it?
It's still going to be like 25 odd degrees.
But is it going to be as hot as Mexico? No.
No, probably not.
So shove it. Look, we're in the middle of this game. Right, where are we at? Mike, are you still with us?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Come on, Mike. No, sorry.
Come on, Mike.
Chris. No, we're supporting Chris. It's not fair. We're going to support
Mike's
Chris.
won me over. I want
Has
Mike
he?
to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Mike's cool.
No, stop it, you
Yeah, but
lot.
I like Chris better, but Mike's is cool.
Yeah. I'll go with that. Mike's a good guy. Mike, C is for crying. Gaza famously cried on the pitch during the World Cup in 1990 after getting booked and potentially missing the final. He then famously again went on to star in a Walker's Crisps advert. But what flavour crisp was he advertising? I need the proper name of the flavour, please.
It's hard.
Salt and Lineker.
He's done it. He's only gone and done it.
Wow.
He's
Mike
done
is a
it.
genius.
Mike, that is very. Do you remember that ad? Do you remember it, or you just guessed?
I do remember it. Yeah.
Did you guess that?
He
or
squeezed his hand in the packet.
Crushed his hand.
Yeah.
Mike's genius.
Chris, come on, Chris.
Yeah,
C.
up against it now.
Yeah, Mike had C is for crying. Chris, you've got C is for crying. I. Cristiano Ronaldo famously cried during the Euro 2024 when he missed a penalty. But who were Portugal playing? Was it A, Slovenia, B, France, or C, Turkey?
I'm going to go for. I'll go for C, Turkey.
It was A, Slovenia.
Oh no!
The kids.
Chris, the poor kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
Portugal
Down.
They went on to win 3-0 on pens. Okay. Do you remember you can ask one of the. Oh no, you can't.
No, you
You've
can't.
already done it. Yeah.
Canada.
Used it, wasted it.
You've wasted it. It's Mike now. He's got the chance. Mike, C is for crossbar. What is the height of the crossbar? I can take the answer in feet or meters.
I'm definitely going to have to ask the crowd here.
Oh, the
And
crowd. The crowd. Your crowd.
I'm going to
Three of them.
ask.
They're a crowd.
I think Helen's the most sensible.
You're not allowed to ask Helen. You're not allowed to ask
okay.
Helen.
All right.
Staff doesn't do the scores.
Robbie or Sheephead.
She is the. No, you can ask you as well.
Oh God, am I allowed to be?
Yeah,
Right,
you can ask.
okay.
You can ask whoever he wants.
Don't bother. I don't know.
You don't know. That's not fair. You help Mike
Right, I'm
out.
going to ask
Football's not fair.
Oh, he's going to ask
Go,
Robbie.
Robbie.
Right, I'm going to try and work it out.
Right.
Bit-
Feet or meters I'm looking for.
I'm going to say 8 feet.
Mike, what are you thinking?
I had somewhere around there, so I've asked him, so I'll trust him. 8 feet.
Don't trust me, I don't know.
You going with 8? Are you going with 8 feet, Mike?
Going with 8 feet, yeah.
It is 8 feet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, Robbie.
It's
You
8.
know what? I did have a little hunch there because I did a little bit of refereeing when I was a kid. And I think I remember it from that. So good choice picking me.
Or it's 2.44 meters, and the reason why it's 2.44 meters, which is a crap height, right, is because the rule was set by Come On England, the English Football Association, in 1875, no less.
Wow.
That doesn't explain why it's 2.44 metres.
Yeah, because it does, because it's the same as 8 feet. They've just converted it
Isn't
to
that why?
2.44
The
meters.
reason it's 2.44 meters is because it's 8 feet, though, isn't it?
Jesus
It's just
Christ!
Same thing.
Don't ruin the quiz.
This is some quiz, though.
Yeah.
Really good quiz.
It's everyone. Oh, so Chris, we're back to Chris. C is for Cruyff turn.
Oh,
The Cruyff turn was the first skill anyone had ever seen on a football pitch.
Who invented it?
It's not strictly true, but we'll go with it. Let's forget everything Pele did. But which World Cup was it brought to everybody's attention? Was it A, 1978, B, 1974, or C, 1986? You've used your opportunity to speak to the crowd, as Mike liked to put it. So you're on your own here. Is it 78, A, B, 74, or C, 86?
B, 1974.
Oh, yes, Chris, you've done it. He's
yes.
back. He is back. Mike, you've got one more question. This is your bonus question. You get this because you're swimming in oil money and you have an advantage over everybody else. So you just keep buying players. That squad at Man City is ridiculous. Right, Mike, C is for caps. Which player had the most England caps, or which player has the most England caps? I'm not giving you an A, B, and C here. You're just on your own. Which player?
I think it's Peter Shilton.
Mike? Yes, it's Peter Shilton.
Mike.
Schiltz has 125. Rooney has 120. Beckham has 115. Number 4 is Gerrard, 114. And number 5, Bobby Moore with 108.
We've got to give a special mention to Mike here. He's been on absolute flame.
He has.
That's why I support him.
Yeah.
What is the score so far, Helen?
Mike has 6 and Chris has 4.
But
Yeah.
that's where that extra question comes in handy, isn't it? Because Chris only got one wrong, didn't he? So
Yeah.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
We went to the penalty shootout now, and this is your chance to make it back. So we take it in turns ongoing, and then like if Mike falls out, Chris, you can keep going to make up the points. That's how it works. So the penalty shootout this week, and we start with Mike because it's not fair, is it? Especially when these 6-4 up.
Yeah.
But football's not fair. Mike, name winners of the Champions League. This is the modern version of the Cup, so from 92. So name winners of the Champions League since 92. Start with you, Mike.
Manchester City.
Yes. Chris?
AC Milan.
Yep. Mike.
Porto.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Chris?
I'd have saved that one.
Chelsea.
Yes. I would have saved it as well. Who are we now?
Barcelona.
Mike, Barcelona. Yeah. Chris?
Man United.
Good. Mike?
Inter Milan.
Yes. Chris?
Real Madrid.
Yes. We've got a chance of completing this, you know.
Liverpool.
Good. Chris?
Oh, I'm struggling now. Go with.
Come on, Chris. For the kids.
Was
Come
it?
on, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Did Ajax win it?
Yes. Great.
boy.
Mike?
Juventus.
Oh,
Right in. Yes,
Mike is
that's good.
Yeah.
Right back.
Come on, Chris.
Another one.
Come on. It's a
Done all the English teams, I think.
I've done it
Uh,
out, so I'm going to have to rush you.
Okay, I'll say one of the both the Italian.
Come on.
Valencia.
No, you're out. Okay, Mike, have you got any more to really make a big?
I was thinking Marseille, but they might have been.
Yes, Marseille. Yeah. Any more?
Complete it, Mike.
Come on, Mike. We're behind you now. I always wanted Mike to win.
How many left?
Come on,
There's a big one.
2 left.
How many's left? Left?
Two left.
Two.
Come on, 2 big ones. Well, one's big. But you know them both. Come on.
I've gone blank, I'm afraid.
You missed out.
Bayern Munich.
Yes, Chris, but you're too late. And one more. Who can think of the last one?
Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's it, completed. Helen Chamberlain, who won?
Mike did.
Well done, Mike.
Mike got
Mike.
Well done, man.
Yeah,
I love this game.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I think you'll agree the quiz was the winner.
No, Mike was the winner.
Oh, yeah, Mike was the winner, yeah. Thanks, guys.
I think Mike's the best we've had on this quiz so far.
Mike knew everything, didn't he?
Mike's a genius.
Yeah.
Well done, Mike.
Sorry to disappoint everyone. Sorry, Chris.
No worries.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks a lot to Chris and Mike there. Well done, Mike. WWF this week. What's wrong with football? Michael Greenfield says team kits. 3 kits per team, and they only use 2 of them. And I suppose the second one they only use a couple of times a season. And also, names on kits should be surnames, not first names or nicknames.
What do we see? I'm split on this because I really love kits, but I understand having 3 kits, maybe just 1 kit. You're a proper fan. How many kits do you buy a season?
None. I just buy the home shirt.
The home shirt.
Yeah.
Do you? Every season?
No, I get it's luckily enough it gets sent to me.
Whoa! Look at you, big time.
Worky.
Hello.
Right, prawn sandwich.
Oh, hello.
But I never ever. I've never ever from the age of 14 or 15 upwards worn a shirt to football.
Yeah.
I never wear. I know. Just wear normal clothes.
They're doing like marketing things with them now, aren't they? So they I remember a couple of years ago, Everton had a green kit because it represented the Mersey or something, the water on the bed. So they've always got some sort of way
Coventry had that 2-tone kit, didn't they? The black and white one, yeah.
Oh, okay. And do you remember United had the zebra crossing type one, didn't they? Do you remember that? Was that a couple of seasons ago where they had the zigzag zebra one? Zigzag zebra.
I don't remember
that. You must remember that.
I do remember when Man United wore the old school. Do you remember that in the set? I think it's in some game.
Oh, yeah.
It was like marked something. It looked cool.
But what
old school kits.
What do we think? Helen, what do you think? Should there just be a home kit and an away kit, a change kit?
Yeah.
I think you need a third one sometimes.
Why though?
If you got your home kit's red and the away kit's white, you're playing a team with red and white stripes, I think it's a bit close. Certainly if you're playing FIFA, it's too close.
It's a good backup to have.
Yeah.
I like it when they had to borrow the Oppo's change kit. That was
Chelsea
really
did that, didn't they?
Sheffield
Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday? Yeah.
No, I think it is true that third kit is probably an unnecessary evil, as in nobody wants it, but I think it has to be there in case of that kit clash. But Michael always goes on. Michael also goes on to say replica kits are so expensive, and yet we have to wear the sponsors' logos for free, either logo free or subsidised for fans. But I don't think Michael understands that that's what the sponsors are paying for. The sponsors give your club a bucket of cash so that we're all wearing your logos. That's the reason.
I think that's a good idea. You buy yourself a football kit and you give them however many quid, and they give you a quid back and say that's it for wearing the sponsor. I think that'd be a good deal.
Or it's a thank you card.
What they have now at football clubs is they have the actual team kit, which is like 140 quid, don't they? The team shirt. Then they have a replica shirt. Then they have a stadium shirt, and then they have a training shirt. So they go down in price for which one you can afford, right?
Yeah, but is that a bit too much? Because if you've got a child, they want it all, don't they? I just think it's.
You buy the warm-up kit as well.
Yeah, but you can do like our parents all said, which was no, you can't.
Say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We could put this. Should we put this to a poll as well?
I think so.
What do you think? Are 3 kits too many in football?
It's all a bit of a fleece, isn't it?
Let's try it. But I don't know. I suppose if you love kits, it's nice to buy, isn't it? Helen, have you got another question?
I have. Max Smith on Instagram says favourite and least favourite football cliches. Do you remember years ago when one footballer learnt the word capitulated, and then all footballers started using the word capitulated?
Nice.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, words do make it into the vocabulary of the pundits, don't they? And then they just stick.
Yeah.
The one that's stayed the test of time though forever, which really bugs me, is the word consistency. Happened this weekend. Happens every weekend, but it happened when I was a kid. All we want is consistency, and I just wish the pundits would get their heads around the idea that football is not tennis or cricket. There is no consistency because everything that happens on a football pitch is different. It's never the same. So you can't compare one thing to another. It's not consistent because the game is not consistent. I thank you.
Them saying consistent is quite consistent.
Yes, it is. It's not consistency is consistent, definitely.
One that does my head in is when I used to play, and you'd go 1-0 up. And your captain would go, lads, it's still 0-0.
Yeah, I've never understood that.
Yeah, it's not. We're 1-0 up.
No, the worst one is he scored too soon. I mean, what?
Too early.
What? Too early? Yeah, scored too early.
No, I understand that because
I
you're
said
defending
that.
a lead for the whole match, aren't you?
Yeah.
I remember Kevin Keegan once saying that sometimes cramp's worse than a broken leg. No, it's not.
No, not
Never.
really. Yeah.
Never. No one's out for 6 months with cramp.
Yeah.
Do you know the one I don't get? The one I don't get is it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of what? it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want the best football cliches, go and follow an account called Brian's Gun on X, Twitter. He's brilliant. Architects of Our Own Downfall was one of the videos that he did. He just finds loads, and he always crowbars Dion Dublin in a house.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Very, very, very clever. Just one more to throw in, but I have used this one myself. Oh, that's very Spursy. Very Spursy.
Yeah, it's become an adjective, hasn't it? Spursy.
Angie's trying to change that. Right, that's the end of this show. If you've got any questions or you want to take part in the quiz, contact us in the usual ways. We'll see you back for another show on Wednesday with the letter. What should we do this next week? We did C this week. What should we do next week?
N.
N. We've got one for N.
Q?
No, no, that's question and quiz. Let's do D. We'll be back with D. Let's try that.
Hang on.
That makes sense.
Can Robbie do it a la Fixtures Man?
Like these.
Yeah.
Perfect.